Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to the second ever episode of the Get to Know podcast. The podcast where, as the title suggests, we get to know people. I just wanted to take a minute before we start to say thank you for the response on the first episode. It meant a lot to get so much positive feedback. A load of messages from you guys saying how you really enjoyed it and you can't wait to see more episodes and it was really interesting. The views on like YouTube and on Spotify as well, which is a platform I'm new to. It just meant a lot to get the feedback, and as I've said, the podcast is in fact on Spotify. There'll be a link in the description, so you can go and follow it on there. You can listen on there, which means you don't have to have like the YouTube app open. You can have it in the background, in your car, anything like that. It opens a little bit more opportunity to listen to it. So if you want to go check it out on Spotify, that would mean a lot. And yeah, let's get into the episode, where today we have my good friend Liam.
Hi.
Hello, Liam.
Hi, mate. How we doing?
I am good. How are you?
Yeah, man. I'm all good, thank you.
This
I'm all
is
good.
This is like the first time that anyone's actually going to see your face. I didn't think about that until just now.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, to be fair?
I mean,
yeah, no one's actually seen me unless they follow the Instagram.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless anyone's been on the Instagram, like on YouTube, this is the first time anyone's seen you.
Could have picked a better time, and the fucking trim's not there. But you know, we move.
I think everyone's like that because of lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well talk about it while we're on the topic, because I'm kind of interested to see sort of how everyone's lockdown's been, because obviously everyone's had a different experience. So how's the last, let's say, year, starting from the first lockdown, been for you?
Starting from the first lockdown. To be fair, the first lockdown wasn't that bad, you know. Like, and I was still getting a bit of furlough money coming in. I could spend it on booze. You know, the sun was out. You could enjoy it a bit more, couldn't you? You know. Second lockdown was pretty awful. I was working for it, so getting a bit of money. But literally, I was working at Amazon's. You know, I'm guessing a few people out there might know what it's like to work at Amazon. It's just long.
Yeah.
Money's good, but it's long. Literally, I felt like it was just a constant cycle. But this last lockdown's not been too bad. Got a bit of money built up behind me, so I'm not rushed back into any work. I'm just chilling. Had the girlfriend move in, so it's just been quite steady, to be fair.
I feel like that's something that everyone's kind of like starting to think about. The first lockdown, like, it was actually a pretty good time. Like, it's coming.
Yeah, it was actually
TikTok.
really good.
Like, I always said it even during the lockdown, but I actually really enjoyed it. Like, the sun was out, you could just go and chill in the garden. Everyone was on Xbox. Mate. Warzone had just come out, so it was pretty decent.
It was peak times, mate. Like I said, you come in at night, we play Warzone. I tell you what, I got back into GTA a lot then.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was before I joined the after party. So I was playing with a lot of the few mates. But literally, I was like a full-on business on GTA, mate. I'd come in the morning, I'd grow my weed, I'd grow my drugs and everything, I'd sell my stuff. It'd just be a constant cycle, mate, but it was actually kind of enjoyable. Got back into a bit of normality. Not like I sell drugs on the side or anything, but no, it was quite good, mate. But the first lockdown was actually a lot better than I thought. Like, the sun was out, it's kind of reminiscent on it. The sun was out, you could sit on the back garden, there was no worries. Like, it's weird, isn't it? It doesn't feel like a lockdown anymore, it just feels like
now
more restriction than anything.
Yeah, that kind of felt like a weird. Yeah, that felt like a weird time, because like everyone says, I've been saying it since we came into the second and now the third one, that this one doesn't feel like a lockdown like the first one did.
No, like the first one was like, you didn't see anyone about, like,
yeah,
no cars were on the road.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You go out for a walk, you'd see no one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you like walked in the streets and it was just deserted, or you saw pictures of town and it was deserted. But now everyone's like, you go out, there's loads of cars going everywhere, and
yeah, it's just like, cause a lot more jobs are open now as well. Yeah, so a lot more people aren't actually stuck at home. It's just the events company, the nightclubs that have took the biggest hit. But yeah, I don't think it'd be too much longer now the vaccinations and everything are rolling out, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I loved the first lockdown. Like, it was mint.
Yeah, I agree.
We got into a cycle of like doing the daily walks, so every day it'd just be like, all right, where are we walking today? And
yeah,
I think the sun, I reckon, because we keep saying that if we hadn't had Freddie the dog, I don't think we'd have gone on walks and stuff in this lockdown, because it's freezing cold. It's not that
it's not enjoyable, is it?
Yeah.
No. Like, me and my sister, we gained quite a good bond over the first one, so she was off school, I was off work. My mum obviously works at the NHS, so she was still at work. So we gained quite a good bond, to be fair, just going out on walks, just pissing about. But everything was so much more enjoyable in the sun, like anything.
Yeah.
Like, this one feel like it's dragging, you know, because of obviously the snow we've had. That was fun for day it was there. But now it's just cold and miserable again. It's just not enjoyable.
I think that's kind of for me as well. With the first lockdown, like uni wasn't really online fully. Like we had the odd session, but now for me, like it's like pretty much every day in the week I'm at online uni, and it's awful. I hate it, and
I can imagine
it's so bad. So on Monday I have, how long do I have? I have 5 hours online. Tuesday I have 3 hours. Wednesday I have a day off. Thursday I have 3 hours, and that's it. But it's just so long.
Still, yeah, I can imagine it's awful. I'm so glad I didn't go to uni. Especially because of the pure reason of this. Like, I feel like it's been the worst time. You haven't got your experience. You know, you can't be going out and everything, and that's what it is, isn't it? Uni's more of the social side of it. Obviously,
yeah. I was kind of lucky to have my first year, but
yeah, exactly.
I think one of the worst things for mine, at least, is like I keep saying, if you're doing like history or psychology, you're gonna get the exact same thing online as you would in person, because it's just a lecture. But the fact of mine was, it's a huge selling point of, you get to use these 4K cameras, you get to make all these short films to have for your portfolio. I've not made a single short film yet, because I planned all my first year one, and then it got cut short by COVID, and now we're in lockdown again, so I ain't been able to do any of it. It's
crap, isn't it? You're literally going to the end of your second year of uni soon, and you've got fucking nothing to show for it.
Yeah, literally. Like, I keep thinking about
how... still paying the same prices?
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple things on TikTok where you can possibly get a refund. I've put a official complaint into NTU, because I just think it's ridiculous.
It's bad. Like, people know that the online stuff isn't as useful, isn't as good, and you haven't got the facilities to, do your course properly. I don't think it's fair. You haven't got the same experience or anything.
Exactly. It's not even just the equipment, like software. I have to spend 2 or 3 hours watching someone use an editing software. I'm not going to learn how to use it through that. It's so dumb. But yeah, I missed the first lockdown. That was class.
Yeah, so I'd love to bring it back, mate.
Yeah,
rolled on summer.
Oh, honestly, this summer, all I want to do is just anything, like
just stuff,
just
stuff.
Random anything. Like any of you go, oh yeah, should we just go walk down somewhere? I'll be like, yeah, sound. Yeah. Let's go do it. I just want to do anything.
That, was it towards the end of the first lockdown? We had a few, was getting over to a few people's house, had a few drinks in the gardens and stuff. Like, we went on that stupid walk, even though it was literally just in a little bit of field behind the houses, but it was just somewhat different, wasn't it? Just having a piss about on that little hill bit.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
I love that period.
And stuff.
That period after the first lockdown, honestly, is one of the best periods of my life.
It's so weird though, isn't it? Looking back at it, it's like it just feels like a blur, and it's like a dream.
Yeah, because everyone talks
looking back at us now.
Everyone talks about 2020 like, it was this awful year where we were locked inside. But the first lockdown was pretty sick. Then we had that middle period. It was only the last few months that weren't great.
Yeah. When we went back into it, I think it was turned shit. But the first one was good. Then we went out to that where the pubs opened. Like, it was actually quite an enjoyable time, but it just feels like a dream. Like, it just doesn't feel like it actually existed and actually happened.
Because thing is, as well, weird, like when they were talking about the pubs opening, I remember all of us being like, will we go? Because the amount of restrictions, it might be a bit awful. Then it turns out actually there's no restrictions at all. I mean,
I can remember that.
Fair enough.
I remember that quite well.
Fair enough is clearly gone tits up, and that's why we're here now. But like, it was a sick time.
Yeah, I can remember when the pubs first opened, and I was like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not feeling it. I think too many restrictions. It's not gonna be an enjoyable experience. Me and Dylan went to play golf, and on the way back, I was like, I should go for a drink. Seeing everyone's Snapchat stories back in spoons and everything. Pulled up, parked in the car park. I only have a quick one, see what it's like. Ended up having 2, drove back, had to get my car again. Just stayed out till about 1 that morning.
It was. The thing is, even just
social.
It's not like. That was just such a weird time. Like, I always think back to last year of how, like, in my mind it's like, I didn't really do anything. And then I think I went on holiday with Anna. We had a period where we were going out, like, to pubs, like, every other day.
Constantly,
like, there was at least 2 or 3 times a week where we were going out. Eat out to help out. That was sick. We went to Skeg.
We went Skeg, yeah.
I went on holiday with my family to the Lake District, and I'm like, actually, that middle bit was class. Like,
it was actually alright, wasn't it? It was actually so good.
Eat out to help out was a highlight, I can't lie.
It was good. I feel like I didn't actually. I just kept getting Mackies. Like, I'm a fucker for chicken selects, right? And I never normally go for them because they're expensive. But they were like £2 for 5 then. Like, I just get them on side of all the meals.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's where
Because
the weight came on.
every time you get to Macca's, you think, do I get 5 selects for the same price as I can get like 20 nuggets? Something
20
like
nuggets, exactly. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, that was.
I was going like Spoon's breakfast, followed by like, I don't know, just any restaurant. Just it was so good.
Yeah, I didn't really use it as much as I should do. Like, I felt like I kind of regret it, but I didn't go out as much as I should have done.
Spoons is
Again,
dirt
just
cheap
pissing
as it is.
Spoons.
Yeah,
I know.
it's dirt cheap.
That's where I use mine.
It's like, I even love just getting a pint of Pepsi for 50p. That was class.
Yeah, it was class.
It was just, it was such a good time.
I had a proper go-to meal. Obviously, I was drinking a lot. If I get the munchies when I drink, I have to eat loads. And there's one deal I used to get. So I used to go to Spoons, get the Southern fried wrap. That was like a pan with a drink with the fucking kneecap to help out, and then a garlic bread on the side. And mate, it was perfect just to soothe that alcohol.
I hope they won't do it again because it's clearly why it went bad.
No, it fucked everything up, didn't it?
But
that's what I'm saying now, not face to face.
Oh, it would be so good.
It'd be so good.
Right, we're on the topic of food. Obviously, yesterday was pancake day.
It was.
Did you have any pancakes?
Of course I had pancakes, mate. Of course I had pancakes on pancake day.
This was always a thing in primary school. Everyone used to come home or come back into school the next day and be like, how many pancakes did you have? I had like 10. And I was like, I only ever had like 3, but...
Turns out I think I had about 5, 6 yesterday.
I had...
But the last one I did force down me.
My mum found out this recipe because obviously I don't know why we were searching for a recipe for pancakes that Freddie could have. And turns out the exact same pancake mixture, but if you switch sugar for bananas, so it's like a natural sugar, you can have it. And we started having them as well. Really? And they're pretty banging because it's just like, it tastes exactly the same, just a slight hint of banana. It's actually not bad.
That's the rate, to be fair.
Yeah, it feels healthier.
What's your go-to topping on a pancake?
It's got to be like syrup or chocolate sauce.
I tell you what, I didn't have any syrup on my pancakes yesterday.
What did you have, mate?
Because, right, what I had was, this is a proper throwback to when I was a child, right? I literally ate it yesterday and it revealed so many memories that I just lost deep down, right? So I used to have just pancakes, sugar. I used to like squeeze orange juice on it from an orange.
Yeah.
And that, I hadn't had it in ages, but that taste I had yesterday it's like as a kid again. It's mad.
Yeah, you cut the orange in half. Cut the orange in half.
Yeah, cut it in half. Squeeze it on.
Oh,
yeah, man. But yesterday, I had Nutella and like bananas on top. That's banging.
I've never actually tried that. But
it's good, mate. It's good. I tried the Lotus spread. I had half and half of that with chocolate, folded it across with some fruit in the middle. That was good.
That's fancy.
But I know, right? I didn't have syrup. I find syrups, the thick like American pancakes. I feel like syrup sits well on them.
Yeah.
We have, obviously in England we have the thinner ones, don't we? And I feel like a bit of fruit and sugar is a bit better on them ones.
I tell you what, everyone. I told Anna about this and she said it was grim. Okay, so every time on Pancake Day we have a dinner, we get. See, you can get like tinned chicken in like a white sauce.
Tin chicken? No.
Okay, well you can just get chicken in like a white sauce, or it's like it might be chicken soup. Actually, no, I don't think it's just a white sauce. Anyway,
right.
So you get chicken in this white sauce, and then you put it in a pancake and wrap it up in the pancake, and then put cheese on top and have it melted on the pancake and the chicken. Honestly, it is banging. It sounds grim because it's chicken in a pancake, but it's banging. Honestly,
I think the cheese is putting it off for me.
Honestly, it's so good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would try it. Like, I'd try anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'd give it a go, and I probably would enjoy it. But just the sound of it isn't. You haven't sold it to me. Put it that way. It's not the most appealing thing you'll ever try to sell me.
It's just sort of about it. It's banging.
But I'd give it a go. Yeah. I'd give it a go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we talked about Pancake Day a couple of days ago. Was Valentine's Day as well. So,
it was.
Did you do anything or not?
There's not an awful lot we can do, is there?
True.
Shitty lockdown. But we made the most of it. Got my way. Had the football on all day. A few good games, but United drew, so it's an awful performance. So I kind of ruined the whole day, put the whole mood down. But But no, I cooked steak for the first time. That was one thing I did do.
How did
And I
that
tell you
go?
what, mate, it was beautiful, mate. I'm impressed with myself, to be fair. Watched a little clip of Gordon Ramsay on YouTube before, and tell you what, mate, it was just like he was there. Bang on.
How did you have it?
I had it medium rare.
See,
I think it was. I don't actually. To be fair, I don't know the names. I can eat it anyway. Like it was pink. It was a little bit. I like it pink, a bit softer, easier to chew. But I got a feeling you probably like it burnt.
honestly, I'm not really a steak person. I had steak for the first time this year. Oh, was it last
Really?
year? Might have been last year, and I had it twice. Only because Anna's parents had it, and they cooked it for me.
Right.
I've never had it before that, but yeah, they did cook it all the way through. But
I can imagine. Yeah.
I don't know. It's never appealed to me because it's just like a slab of meat. But
See, I love meat. I'm a meat man. I could never go vegan, vegetarian, or anything. I'm a pure meat man. Love it.
see, one of the steaks I had was dead fatty, and one of them was dead nice.
Yeah.
So it seems like a hit or miss kind of thing. But then
You have to get the right joint of meat. You know what I mean? You got to have the right one.
Yeah.
If you're going in to have steak, you have to do it right. You know what I mean? You can't just have a cheap steak because it ruins it for you.
Yeah, and you know when you see them on like TikTok or something where there's like a Wagyu steak and it's like perfect, it's all like juicy and
Mate, that looks banging, doesn't it? Like you can't. It just looks incredible, but it's just expensive.
and
Bit of seasoning.
the thing is, I know you're supposed to have it like slightly raw, but there's something that just puts me off about it being pink.
I knew it would
There's
do.
just-
I knew it. I could just tell.
There's something about
I could just tell you're the kind of guy. It's like,
Some-
I see blood. I just can't eat it.
I mean, I've never had it, so it might be really nice, like slightly raw. But there's some people have it like way too raw to the point where it looks
I
like
agree. Yeah.
where you like put your knife in it and blood starts squirting. I don't know.
That it's not appetizing as much, but it doesn't put me off massively seeing the blood come out. To be fair, I can still eat it.
It doesn't. You know when people talk about it and they're like, "Oh yeah, it melts in your mouth." I can't imagine that because I've not had it. But
Yeah, I know what you mean. But you don't like bones in like chicken wings that much, do you? Really?
I'm getting better with it, but it just puts
Yeah,
me
I
off a bit. It just
Oh mate, I love wings so much.
I-
Things I'd do for some good wings now. I'd love to go to Hooters again.
we did
For the
stuff
wings.
like that in the middle of the lockdown.
Exactly. That's just another memory that's come back. Like we went to Hooters and everything like that. It was just little trips like that we just thought, fuck it, let's do it. But
I'm gonna do that so much though once we're out of this. Like,
tell me about it. Every night, I'd be so broke.
100%. It's just. I mean, I can't even drive, but just like let's just go on a random trip to some like random hilltop in Derbyshire and just piss about.
Yeah. Can't wait, mate. It's gonna be so good. I'm not gonna take anything for granted anymore. I feel like I used to, you know, especially another thing, like, I don't know, sometimes you get, I'm guessing you might have been from as well, you get like a phase where you're not that keen on going out and stuff, and like,
yeah.
it lasts a bit, especially when we had that kind of mental part of the end of 2 years ago now, wasn't it? It was going out like a lot. I basically moved in with Zach.
Oh yeah.
That kind of time. And all I could think about then was just going out. Like, I was that brainwashed. Literally, I'd finished work at 10 o'clock and I got changed. I had a shower, got changed. Literally went to the queue. It was on Halloween. I stayed in the queue for 3 hours on my own just so we could get out and all go out together. And obviously after that, we had that kind of wind down period. And I was just thinking, what have I done? And I kind of regret it all. And I put off going out on a few nights out that turned out decent. I don't know. I just feel like I need to just fuck it and do it. You know, we're still young. Make the most of it. You know what I mean?
I think freshers for me at uni made me hurt a lot.
Made me hurt a lot.
Made me hurt a lot. And also, okay, I might get shit for this, but I think
God, here we go.
I think I was going out with the wrong people. Okay, because I didn't go out with you lot that much, and I went more out with certain people who were near my flat, if you get who I'm on about. And
yeah,
that probably wouldn't have been it's a lot better when I'm with you lot, we'll put it that way.
yeah, I'll take that.
But try not to get myself too much shit. They probably don't listen to it anyway,
but yeah, I know what you mean.
That's probably what did it for me, like, just not ruined it, but
you get a few bad experiences and it kind of puts you off a bit, but I just need to just make the most of whatever we can do now. Like,
that's the thing.
And then taken away from you, innit?
Yeah.
What you want to do?
That's the I as well. I feel like I too much get the mentality of like, oh no, I don't want to go out and drink because then it'll ruin the next day, and then I won't be able to do any work. And like, yeah, I need to like do editing or uni or whatever, but I just need to say, just
let yourself go a bit and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm the same. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd go out 9 times out of 10. But there's them odd times I just think, not really feeling it, or
I think
you put it off for some no reason.
What I think's the thing that always sort of puts me off is the trip into town and trip back to town.
Yeah,
like I didn't mind it when I was living in town because it was just a walk around the corner, but the fact that you have to sit on a bus for like half an hour and then
it's fucking shit, innit?
Then it's always on my mind as well, like, oh, if we stay in the club too long and don't leave quick enough, then we might not get the bus, and then you might be paying like 40 quid for a taxi.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. To be fair though, tell you what, especially like, again, you didn't come to this one, but we had that pub crawl back end of the lockdown again. And in the sun, Eastwood's not bad, you know. Like, Eastwood's not too bad. It's got a few decent places. Like, none of it's great, don't get me wrong, but you can make it a good time. You can make it a decent time.
Yeah.
So it's not bad, especially because obviously me and you live close. Dylan lives close. So walking back's not an issue.
Oh yeah,
either.
no.
Pub. Have a piss. I enjoy the walk back.
That's the thing. That's why I enjoy pubs probably a bit more. Like.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I prefer pubs to clubs.
Thing is,
I think I do.
I think I do as well, because I feel like there's more opportunity to like someone might crack a joke and you'll refer to it for like a year onwards, and like you just don't get that really, like in a club, or like you might go, oh, let's all just go somewhere like a random car park and do some random shit. You're not gonna get that, are you, at a club?
No, I don't know whether it's a bit of a bias because I haven't been to a club in what feels like fucking years. But like this, sometimes I think the highs of clubs are probably better than the highs of pubs. Like the one good night in a club you have, like, is one of the best nights you're gonna have on a night out.
Yeah.
But the pubs are a lot more consistent, and
I also,
you know, like when you go to a club and you get the right music.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right sometimes though, you might get like an hour straight where every song is awful.
It's just a banger. Yeah.
And
awful.
I was gonna say when you get like an hour of just, it's this song. Okay.
Yeah. And the next one, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And that ruins the mood. Whereas on the other side, you get that straight song, and it's like that cheesy bangers that you all know, or like
it's like
American songs.
You weren't there for this one, but it was when it was in Freshers, and me and Zach were in City, and for some reason they were letting people mosh pit, and there was a straight like 20-30 minutes of like all kind of music, so it was like Travis and then just all these other songs, and it was so sick. It felt like a concert.
It's good, man.
I find though that as well, getting drinks is effort in a club.
Yeah,
where you have to like fight through a load of people, then you lose everyone, and
well, you get a drink that's this fucking big.
Yeah,
you get the smallest drink in the world. It goes in about 4 seconds. They got to do it all again, and they're expensive. You don't get table service like doing the spoons.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just easier in a pub. It's just,
I love pub crawls. That's probably one of my favourite things to do. A pub crawl. I love a pub crawl. You get different because you get the different scenery.
Yeah. I ain't done a full-on proper one because I'd just come back from. Did I come back from a holiday or something when you boys went? Or was it? I can't remember.
I think what's happening.
It was either the day that I came back from a holiday or I'd been out 2 nights before or something. That was it.
Yeah.
I think it was that. We'd been out, then you and me and Anna and Carrie went out, and then you went on a pub crawl after, and I was like, I don't know if I can do it a third day.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was good though. You was ordering. You had food come over as well. You had a little do at yours. Had a bit of food delivered.
Yeah.
It just got a bit later as well, so it's a bit like.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was good though. Good, especially next to the sun was out as well. Shorts on, t-shirt on, sunglasses out. Good.
Yeah, I've always said before that, like, before this, that I prefer winter, and I don't know if it's just because lockdown, but honestly, it's just put me off.
Yeah. I've never preferred winter. I don't like the cold. The only thing I prefer in winter is being in bed, because being in bed when it's sunny and warm is one of the worst things ever. Can't get comfortable.
See that?
Can't sleep because you're too warm.
Yeah, it's annoying for the fact that yeah, you can't get to sleep, and it's all them nights where it's just like you'll have your cover off and all the windows open, but you're still just dying.
Still too warm.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But then,
it's horrible.
But then, at the same time, there's like I keep trying to wake up at like 7 o'clock, and you know when you wake up and it's cold, it's dark.
You got to get out of bed.
You just don't want to, so I end up just sitting in bed watching something on my phone rather than getting up and doing something.
I agree on that part, especially with like going to work as well. Like going to work in the summer is so much easier. Like you kind of want to get out of bed because it's warm and it's sunny and the sun's shining through. You're a bit more motivated. But it was like when I was going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning in like December. I had to get up at 5, have a shower. It was just horrible, mate. Like getting out of bed when it's cold is one of the worst things ever. Like it's ruined your whole day.
That's the thing. If I wake up to an alarm and it's sunny out, to be fair, I'm quite a natural. Like I naturally wake up when it's light. Yeah. So in the summer, I'll end up waking up at like 6 naturally. Whereas in the winter, I could easily sleep till like 8, 9, just because it's pitch black. And
I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's just no motivation for it.
None at all. I'm so demotivated in the winter times.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. Okay, I had in my notes I had lockdown/COVID/work written down, but you slightly covered all that anyway.
Yeah,
with work and stuff. I was thinking the other day, who's had more jobs, you or Zach? Because have you had 3 now? Or
so I've had the gym.
Mm.
I've had that for 3 years. I think probably Zach, thinking about it. I've had that. I've had obviously off limits. I've had that for ages, but I've been on and off doing different things. And then obviously I've had Amazon. So that's 3. So how many Zach had?
Zach's had 5 Guys, Spoons, Mackey's, Amazon.
Sauce and Meat, whatever, Meat and Rub and Spy. What the fuck was it called?
Rub and Spy.
I cannot remember the first job he had.
The one in Derby, do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke and Season.
Smoke and Season, not Rub and fucking Spice. Yeah, Smoke and Season, yeah. Yeah, I think Zach's I've definitely had the longer job out of all of them. Zach's just he goes after about a month, bless him. Well, he's doing well at 5 Guys. He's doing well.
Yeah, he is.
He's stuck there quite a while.
But to be fair, you've probably had the longest job of anyone of us lot with off limits. Well, and the gym, to be fair, but
off limits was more. The gym was just. I could be there 4 times a week and then not be there for a month, and then I can be there 0 hour into it. Down this stuff. Yeah. Whereas with off limits, so I started there when I was 16. When we first finished GCSEs that summer, the first summer I was going into 6th form. I worked there 5 days a week, sometimes 6.
Yeah, I think because I remember you had loads of money. I was like, that's not fair.
At the time it was loads of money to me. But looking back, like I was on minimum wages and about £4 an hour. But you know when you've gone from having nothing to something, like even something small like that, because it was regular. I was getting like 140, 150 a week. But to me, that was a lot, and I was going to say, to pay for.
I think about this quite a lot. You know, like when you were a kid, like buying like an Xbox or even an Xbox game was so unattainable. Whereas now it's like a month of work, and you could probably get you could easily get one.
It's
weird.
I can remember it was the first year of 6th form was when I first brought the new Xbox Series S. And that was like £200, and I was like the first I brought a pair of I brought them 97, sorry, and it was like at the time when I didn't have a lot of money, but I had a decent amount for the circumstances I was in. I could spend £145 on a pair of shoes, and I was like, what's this? What have I done this for? Like, and I could for £50 more. I could have brought the new Xbox. I remember I sold them, bought the Xbox, and I look at me, I'm just fucking spunking money on shoes and everything for no reason at all.
I'm so bad with money. It's actually it's not. Thing is, I saw a tweet about it the other day, and I'm in such a weird place with it where I'm so constantly like either with the mentality of I need to save or the mentality of I might as well.
Yeah.
Like it's just
I know what you mean.
I'm young and it's just money. Like
exactly. I was earning it back. I think that's a good thing about me working from so early on. Because obviously I had that spell where I was working for off limits in the summer, built a bit of money up, and I had that spell that you're kind of in now, a bit younger. Of just like getting money and spending as soon as I got it, So I'm still in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of in it. But it's been weird with the jobs for me because I've had jobs for ages, but none of them have been really consistent. The first consistent job I've really had was Amazon.
Yeah.
And obviously that was a year after I finished sixth form, 3 years after I'd first got my first job. But off limits, I'd started off just cleaning jet washers, cleaning stuff with jet washers, like the quads and everything. Then I started doing the site on the weekends. Then I went back as a loader. Then I went back as doing events. It's been weird.
Yeah, because I remember you saying, I think it might have been after sixth form when you said you've got a bit more of a permanent thing there.
Yeah, I was only a 20 hours, but I was guaranteed overtime pretty much. Like I'd be doing 20 hours a week would be loading the events, and then the other 2 days a week I'd be actually doing the events. So it was good. Like I was actually getting a regular income. Everything was but obviously with the events I got paid daily as such, but you put an invoice and you get it 30 days after.
Yeah.
Whereas with this new kind of contract, I was getting it all at the end. But it only lasted about 2 months, if that, because then COVID hit and I was on furlough.
I remember the.
So it just kind of came at a bad time, really. Yeah, it came at a bad time though, because when I finally got a contract, it worked out well because I had 4 months of just getting nearly 600 quid for nothing.
Yeah.
But it fell shit because I was expecting a bit more.
Yeah,
like I just earned my highest earning month, and I was young, and it was only like 1,600 quid. But from like both of the jobs, it was like shit. This is all right. This is. And then lockdown hit. I was getting like 500 a month. But he wasn't awful. Don't get me wrong, but better than some people out there. It's just you kind of get used to a certain trend of money.
Yeah.
You're not ungrateful if you get less, like because some people are used to getting less, and it's a weird one.
I get what you mean.
It's a weird one.
I think the issue with when you first start getting money coming in is what I'm experiencing now is you get the big purchases out of the way that you've like wanted for a while. So like I needed a laptop for ages. I finally had money, so that I was like, oh, get a laptop. Okay, that's gone. Need a new phone. Oh, okay, that's gone. And then you don't have anything. Whereas then you kind of get to a point where you're like, I'll just keep getting little bits. Getting packages is addictive. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Mate. Oh my god, this is the first time in about 2 years where I've had a stint where I've not had any packages come. Like it's mad. I've always got something I'm thinking about coming or whatever.
I think it was during like the first lockdown. It's the first time because obviously my rent for my uni place had been cancelled, so it's the first time where I got my loan, and I just randomly had like $2,000 put into my bank. I was like, yeah, let's go. And it was gone by like 2 months after. But yeah,
it's weird. It's like Amazon. I think Amazon was you're kind of dreading it. Like I got bored towards the end of the first lockdown. It was good, but obviously the money thing was a bit like, oh, maybe I should do something for a bit. Obviously it was when it was drawing to the end of August and the summer was gone. And I was like, maybe I should do something. And I was on furlough, but I was going back to off limits and doing a few bits on the side just to help out. But it wasn't anything. I can't enjoy it as much. So I thought, fuck it, I need to look for a new job. And that's when the Amazon came up. I applied for one in Kegworth at first, but I had a holiday booked the week after, so they never gave it me. But luckily, it turned out the one open in Eastwood. Literally 5 minutes away. So that was perfect for me, really.
What did you... I've never actually understood what you actually did there, because you never really... Like, you didn't really package stuff up as such.
It's a weird one. Like, if you go into the job as a fulfillment associate, and that means anything. Like, you can literally do anything they want you to do in the warehouse. So it started off as a thing called stowing, where you have these massive, like, yellow bins, and it was as simple as having a scanner. You scan the tote, which is a box, you scan the item, you scan it into the bin. It was just that over and over again. It's just for 10 hours a day. Kind of.
Yeah, I can imagine that's
a bit crazy, really.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, the second day I became an instructor. Like the rates were decent, so they put me on instructing. That was a bit more me. Obviously, I had the event side before. I felt I'm quite a people person. Now I kind of like the attention, the talking.
Yeah, I was going to say you're very much a people person.
Yeah, I love the attention. Love talking to people. So when I got the job of being an instructor, that was just basically just teaching all the newbies what I'd been taught the day before. So that was good. I could get out to different more people, have a bit of a laugh with everyone. But I did all sorts while I was there, which is them two things. I even did packing. They trained me on everything. The only issue with it was because it was a pop-up centre, and no one was really that arsed. Like, it wasn't like a proper Amazon where they had the robots and everyone was dead strict. So, obviously, I met a small group of mates there, and we just pissed about. We was doing the job, but we was just chatting on the aisles, and I've seen so many people there as well. So many people. Literally, I must have known about 30, 40 people from around Eastwood or school or somewhere that had just... I'd walk past and see them and think, was that them? And then you bump into him, you're like, what are you doing here? Oh, it's lockdown, I need the money, everything like that.
I think it's got like that for a lot of people. Like,
yeah,
it's, I don't know. There's some people who have sort of realised that they need like another job, especially with our age. I think people are like, I should I'll just go out and get anything because of lockdown. But then there's other people.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that now, and I've had the warehouse job, but I don't want to go back to it. You know what I mean? Like, we're at an age now where I don't need the money. I haven't got bills to pay. Something will come eventually.
That's the thing.
I've got money behind me. You know.
I think when you're at this age and we're living at home, it should sort of be like a figure out. Because
exactly. That's what I'm trying
as soon as
there's no point
say you stayed at Amazon and you got enough to move out, then you moved out and you just end up stuck there because you can't quit because you need to pay everything for your house. And
exactly.
So you'd have to just find something rapidly while working there. But then with a lot of people, it ends up
shit job.
Yeah, but then with other people as well, it ends up being like, I'll just stick with Amazon because it's too much effort otherwise to switch.
Don't get me wrong. The pay was good. The pay was very good. The job wasn't awful at the place we was at just because. Well, the job was awful when you was on your own. Like, you could just you just did your feelings all day. But when you was with someone, it wasn't that bad. But that was very rare. The hours were long. You had no day to yourself. Like, you woke up, you went to work, you went to sleep because you was that tired from it.
Yeah, it's like how you didn't. You couldn't even come on Xbox because you'd come home, but then you'd have to have dinner, get ready for bed because you'd have to be up that early.
Yeah, I'd get in, I'd just get in bed and go to sleep by like 7, 8. It was just awful. Like I said, the money's good and the opportunity there is good to move up, but it's just if that's what you want. But at the age, it's good to move up because I was young, and the guy that thought a lot of me. They gave me decent roles and stuff. But I didn't want to stay there. I thought I was better than it.
I just think it's a trap.
Against people working there. Yeah,
just
the long hours. The money's good, but it's just like slave labor. It's just like slavery.
Obviously, it's a bit of a meme that I don't have a job or I've never really properly worked. But I don't know. I don't think I could ever do like a 9 to 5 job, just getting stuck in the hours and stuff.
I know what you mean. The 9 to 5 jobs appeal to me a lot more after working in Amazon, just for the pure reason that was 7 to 6.
Oh yeah.
Like, you get up early, you'd get home and you have nothing. Whereas getting up later and having a bit of an evening. But no, that's the best thing about the events job. It was a variety of hours that you worked.
Yeah.
You wasn't stuck in the same kind of pattern all day. But it's a weird one. Like, I'm glad that I went to Amazon because obviously the money was good. The good thing was I could see an end. Like, it was only a short-term contract to the end of, or mid-January. So no matter how shit it was, you could be like, well, I've only got 2 months left here, and it's nothing else to do. I'm not missing out going to the pub or anything. So that's what got me through it. But I'm glad that I didn't carry on. I'm glad that I kind of put it off and.
Yeah, as I've said,
to look about a bit more.
Yeah, I think everyone's struggling at the minute, because no one's hiring because COVID. Like,
no, that's the thing. All the jobs out there are awful. Like, I've been looking, a few have popped up, but obviously the better jobs that are a bit more appealing, everyone's going to go for. So people are going to have. There's people out there that have got degrees and got better education than I have, and they're going to be getting it because they've got more experience in it. A lot of the jobs at the moment that are semi-decent require experience because they need to get people to go in and straight away and do it. Whereas the jobs that require no to little experience is like the warehouse work, and it's just a bit shit, really.
Yeah, that's like, obviously I'm happy that I'm at uni, but obviously it's not great at the minute. But at least I've I don't know. It's like part of the reason why I went to uni. Really, it's like I've got the excuse of but uni.
Just
I
wish I had the excuse, mate. I wish I had the excuse. But I'll figure something out. Like, my plan was to go back to the gym after I'd finished Amazon for a bit. Even if I had 3-4 shifts a month, it'd be 400 quid coming in that I didn't have before. I could easily live on that for now. But obviously, fucking lockdown came in again.
Yeah.
Gym's shut, so I couldn't go back. So I was just stuck on a furlough with. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a 0-hour contract, but still give me a bit of furlough, which is beautiful, and I can't go wrong with that. But it's not as much as I could have been getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope lockdown and code and everything is done by my 3rd year at least, because I'd love to get something done. Like,
I'd love to actually do something at uni.
Yeah, it's even like just like the this sounds gay, but like making friends or like getting to know the people.
No,
like,
I know what you mean.
I'm decent friends with them, but like I've not been on like a night out with them or just done anything outside of. Yeah, I've just not done anything outside of uni with them.
It's not like making mates, but you need that, like, sometimes you need that common ground where you can chat about something you've done or that's something you've done before. You know what I mean? Like that, just the kind of bonding experience that gets you that next level of the friendship.
Yeah, because the only time we talk at the minute is when we go into breakout rooms on Teams, and
exactly,
it's just about the work.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't really get you're just stuck in that cycle. Then you're not really having the connection you should be having. It's just pissing uni work again.
Oh, I keep getting loads of notifications because everyone's stocking on PS5s.
How are they? Have we missed that?
I think very.
Oh, shot to. I've been waiting for that very one all fucking day.
Have you actually? Or
yeah, I've been looking about it for a while. And it said it was going to be out at 11. I even set up a very account and everything.
I think I could have got one yesterday because Amazon stocked.
Oh, don't even start me on the Amazon one, mate. I'm so pissed off with that. So the night before, I was in bed. I fell asleep with my phone on me. Like, I fell asleep with it, and it slipped down the bottom of my bed. I woke up about 5 tonight. I could hear it buzzing. Right, I had no idea where it was. I couldn't find it for love nor money, but kept hearing it buzzing. And there were the notifications saying that Amazon have stocked up on PS5s. I couldn't find my phone for 8. It took me 15 minutes to find it. I finally found it all out of stock. So I reckon I could have had one then. But I'm just bored of it now, mate. Proper bored of it.
Oh,
like
I can't even afford one. Because I'd saved the money from my loan. I made sure make sure you've got enough for a PS5 no matter.
Yeah.
And then I just give up. Like, I can't be arsed.
It's just such a shit cycle now. Like
you
get your hopes up slightly and you just get shit on by scalpers.
Oh, you do every time. I'm like, this is the one. I've been so quick to click this link, and then you just don't get it.
I've gone past caring about it now.
Yeah, and I think because I'm starting to build my PC now, and honestly, I'm only bothered about that. I could not care about PS5.
Yeah, no. The thing is, it's not that different to current consoles at the moment. There's no exclusive games. Everything's the same.
Yeah, I've kind of got that mentality at the minute.
Fair enough, they're faster and the graphics look better. That's about it, really.
I keep thinking.
Don't get me wrong, that'd be good, but there's not that much different out there.
I keep thinking the only things we're really playing at the minute is off the Xbox Game Pass, and I always think like no one really likes Cold War. What are we actually going to play on the PS5? Because the only games to have come out at the minute are solo, campaign games.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd love to play the new Spider-Man on that because I think it looked class on the new PS5, like Valhalla and shit like that. But you play them and then they're done, and then you stop playing them. Like, there's no like. I'd love for like a game for like GTA 5 to come out again. You know, where you could always go on, you can always, like, not now because they've got flying bikes and cars and all sorts of shit.
Where you can just piss about, like when.
Yeah, but you can always go on.
Yeah.
And bring back Advanced Warfare. Make a remaster of Advanced Warfare. What a fucking game that was.
It actually kind of annoys me that they'll never make an exosuit type COD like that, because Advanced Warfare was one of the funnest CODs, and
yeah, it was one of the most enjoyable CODs.
Because everyone complains though.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, Black Ops 3 wasn't the best. Black Ops 4 was. I hated them too. Really, I never played them at all.
I loved Black Ops 3, but I never played 4.
Infinity. Was it Infinity War?
Infinite Warfare. Something like something like that.
Yeah. That was dog shit.
Yeah, I hated
that was absolutely
played
awful.
that for about an hour, I think.
Yeah, I think I never touched that. But Advanced War, because it was different. But the whole loot box thing where you could get the different guns and all sorts of shit, and that was at a time on Xbox where everyone just played together. Like, you could go on always and there'd be someone there to piss about with. It's such a fun game.
I know,
such a fun game.
right.
It's never been like that since.
I know everyone complains about like the buy to win system of like Advanced Warfare and stuff, where because obviously the only way you could get better guns was through the loot boxes, but this is why I didn't like it through on, because that kind of happens now, although it's only skins for guns. But
yeah,
but in
who gives a fuck?
in Advanced Warfare though, like you didn't have to pay. You could play, level up, and get because you got a box every level, and you got an advanced box every 5 or 10, something like that.
10 levels, yeah.
And bro, the excitement you got when you thing is,
you actually wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
Like I've got no intention of jumping on COD and playing that. Like I level up and get some skins.
Honestly, I could not care less about what my level is on a COD. Like
exactly,
who cares?
Especially the prestige, like obviously before when you're prestige, it was kind of like, oh, you look everything, you got rid of all your guns, you start again. Whereas now you just have a level. It's just a number on your screen. Whereas before, like you said, like obviously you could pay to get these loot boxes and these loot crates and whatever they were, but it gave you an urge to play, so you would get them.
Oh,
like,
I grinded so much because I was like, I need the Obsidian Steed. I need it.
Exactly, mate. Oh, it was so good. It was such a slept on COD. Like it was hated on, but it was so enjoyable.
There's some of the best maps that COD have probably made, like because they make them too big now, but them maps they were quite small. They had like it was actually different because obviously they made platforms for where you could jump on and all that. It's such a good.
What was that one called that we always used to go on?
Okay, so there was the prison one. There was the solar one.
The prison one. I think it was that one. The prison one I'm on about.
The prison one is where we always did 2v2s. We did them on solar.
Yeah.
We did the one where it was like a farm. It was like a big barn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. They had the map where it halfway through the game it flooded on a part of it.
Oh shit! Yeah. I forgot about all that. It's so enjoyable.
It was a good. There was the one-shot game mode where it was just snipers only.
That was sick.
That was
sick. That was good.
That's the thing, because snipers now you just like run, and then try and shoot each other.
Oh, sniping in the new game's awful, isn't it?
Just any of the boots on the grounds though, like the sniping, like you can do a 1v1 snipers, it's alright, but it's just walk around and try and shoot. Whereas when you can find each other and be like boosting up and boosting to the side and like.
Mate, I've even got clips on my old YouTube channel of that. But our top 5 kills in our 2v2s, a sniper montage. That was when it was peak.
Thing is, Cold War's a lost cause except for the zombies.
Yeah. To be fair, I've enjoyed the zombies.
I've enjoyed the zombies. Everyone's saying though how they've just literally just slapped Black Ops on it for the point of trying to get the nostalgia. Like,
yep. And bringing Woods back as a character.
Because it could literally just be called Call of Duty Cold War, and it'd be the exact same game. It's got nothing to do with that except for him. Nothing at all.
No, I tell you what, I don't like it. I'm not a massive fan of Cold War. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a massive fan of the gameplay, the movement. I feel like it peaked on Modern Warfare with a Warzone.
Yeah, but then
because I feel like they had the movement locked down on that. I feel like it was a good movement. It just got a bit boring and repetitive. But I feel like I don't know. I can't change now. My mindset on COD is the Modern Warfare, the newest one, because the gameplay and the movement, and everything on that. I just enjoyed it so much, and I can't get out of it anymore. So when I go and play Cold War, I just don't enjoy it as much. I don't get the feel for it.
I can't. There's been a lot of complaints at the minute because apparently they've basically said that the main focus and main selling thing is going to be Warzone for the future of COD. I can't tell if I'm happy or sad about that because I really enjoyed the new one, the Rebirth Island. I think that's sick.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it will just get repetitive if they keep making bigger maps like Verdansk.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that they're focusing on that. I think
it's both, innit? I think it's a bit of like. The most enjoyable time I've had on COD recently is Warzone. Like, obviously Zombies has been good, but the one thing I don't like about the new Zombies maps is such as, like, the good old days of Black Ops 1, you could play Kino. That was more all about trying to get your ray gun, trying to get it fast, to see how long you can go for. Whereas this new one, I don't see me going for rounds upon rounds upon rounds. I don't like, especially the new map, the 5AZ. That's just all that map is a mission to me to do the Easter egg. That's it. Like. I felt the map was too cultured around the Easter egg that you can't just play it. If that makes sense.
I also think the new maps don't have the character Like,
No, not at all.
I can't see myself thinking back to Firebase or I forgot the name of the first one already. Die Machine, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, and I think it doesn't help that the characters aren't there either. But
No,
it's just not got that like character and memorability about it.
not at all. No. I don't get me wrong. It's been good because it was something. The zombies are something different. You know, we've got it back. But they're not great, really. They're not amazing. They're not like.
I'll be like, I'll play a game, and if I'm down in like round 30, I'll be like, all right, whatever, I'm going off. I won't be like, nah, right, let's go again.
Let's go again.
Yeah.
Like, they're not gonna. If they brought about DLCs, and they'd just be blown past. Like, they're not great.
They might have.
They haven't got the same as they used to be, man.
Have you seen the teaser for
Season 2?
Yeah, and there's a zombie,
That
like
looks
there's
good,
a zombie
man.
portal thing, and it's going into
Yeah.
and there's like a chandelier, and people think it might be Kino.
Imagine.
I think it'll be good, but I don't know.
It'll be the same.
No, but then apparently
no.
people also think it might be that new game mode where it's supposed to be like a Warzone map. Well, not a Warzone map, sorry. Like a Dirty Bomb map with zombies on it.
Yeah.
I don't
think about that either.
that could be. It's got potential to be good, but
I just know it won't be. I've just got this feeling like, I don't know. It's got potential, but I just can't see it being.
the fact of how big it is,
Yes.
it could. I don't know. Like everyone could just be like 10 minutes away from everyone. Like,
That's the worst thing about that's the good thing about the Rebirth Island, isn't it? Like, the worst thing about Warzone was finally looting up, getting guns, and then you get shot from behind after playing for 20 minutes.
yeah, it shows that like we're actually not that bad at the game, because we used to just be walking for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden we just sniped and hit by a car or something. Whereas Rebirth Island, you literally just like go in a house, kill some people, right?
That's it,
move to the next group because I can already see them there.
Tell you what, though, not many games have given me the same kind of buzz as being in like a final of a battle royale. You know what I mean? That, like, when you're in the top 10, and that clutch moment with the circles coming in, mate, that's one of the best feelings I think I've ever had a game.
It takes me back to like the very early days of Fortnite, where it took me so long of playing to even get close to a win, and then when you're in like the top like just 2 people, and bro, my heart goes awful. Like I start shaking.
Mate, it's awful, innit?
I'm like,
I've just seen that. It's like, it's what you want in gaming, though. You want them kind of moments, but there's not that much of it anymore. And I think Warzone's got quite old, just for the pure reason that it's not changed as much, and it's just the same. Like because I think the lockdown also made it a lot more enjoyable, and a lot more people played it, and the hype was a lot bigger then, just because everyone was playing it. But I think now it's kind of died down. Like I used to be able, I started to just watch like loadout videos. I used to be proper invested in Warzone. And that was just like the sole thing I played all the time.
it's weird because they've got to try and find some weird middle balance, because Fortnite went awful because they changed and added way too much. Warzone is dying because they've not added enough, and it's just gotten stale because nothing's happening. So it's like,
it's a weird one, isn't
it?
It is a weird one, mate. I never really thought about that. Yeah, it's a weird one.
There's just nothing really you can do. To be fair, I guess that's just games. They're just gonna die eventually
Just
anyway.
general, innit?
Like they come and go.
Like I mentioned in the first podcast, like a lot of everything's been done. You know, there's not a lot out there that's not been done. You know what I mean? Like,
Except for VR.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, VR's it could take a big hit. I reckon if you made VR, I haven't played much of VR, so this could be a thing where I think is there any VR where you can just sit down and play it, or is it all like
there's
shit?
you can choose. You can sit down and still move, and you just like push the analog forwards. It makes you feel sick though.
Yeah, I can imagine, but I reckon that's because a lot of people just want to come on and just sit down and chill, not have to clear loads of space out and be dancing around your room. I think that's one thing. But I think VR's got the potential just to skyrocket eventually, and it's the only thing that people want to see and do. I think once they get that good hit on VR, when it's like perfect, it'll take off massively.
When I put my headset on and I'd played the first the trial game, it's the first time where I've actually been like blown away by something again.
Yeah,
like actually been like, oh, this is insane. Like,
this is good, man. Yeah.
Or just
I had that in a while.
Like I actually, you know, when you laugh, Like, I picked up a gun and like threw it to my other hand and caught it, and I was just like, oh, that's so sick.
So cool, man.
Have you seen anything of the game that's kind of getting quite a lot of traction at the minute, like Valheim?
I haven't, mate. I've seen you tweet about it a few times, but I haven't actually seen a lot about
It's
it.
gaining quite a lot of
it?
traction. I don't know if it's only on PCs, which is...
Of course,
This is another thing why games aren't doing as well, though. Like, Among Us and Fall Guys could have lasted so much longer if they were on every platform.
Yeah, what's the point in today's age in limiting games to consoles?
You could easily just smack the exact same game on a console and it'd be...
Yeah.
It would work exactly the same.
Saying that, the only reason I have a PS4 is because of the Spider-Man game. Now look at me, that's all I play, and I'm changing to a PS5. So I suppose it can kind of work in some way, but especially with small games like that, what's the point?
Yeah. Like, Among Us would have it would have done so well on console, like, easily.
Everyone been playing it, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, and it would have lasted longer. But
Puts me off. Yeah, puts me off on the phone a bit.
yeah, but anyway, yeah, Valheim. So I played it.
Yeah,
I was playing.
my bad.
That's fine. I was playing it last night. It's sick, but it is kind of like a rehash of just stuff that's already been made. It is a mix of Minecraft, RuneScape, and a bit of Rust. So every world's completely different. Like Minecraft, it's just like completely randomly generated. And then you can obviously you can chop trees and pick up like stones off the floor and everything and build a base. The building's pretty sick in it. There's like a lot of options for building and stuff. And there's all animals everywhere. The graphics are actually really good for it. Mine aren't because my PC, but yeah. I saw a tweet of someone and the graphics on it look beautiful. Then I looked at my gameplay for it and it's not great. But yeah, so you've got that's kind of like Minecraft, like you can build like walls and then staircases and beds and all these massive structures. But then it's also a bit like kind of RuneScape World of Warcraft, like you can go and do like little quests and defeat these bosses to get like items off them and stuff. It's a pretty sick concept, but again, it's on PC only. So
I mean, especially the games with the most potential are always on PC.
100%.
They never come out of a beta and just get fucking ruined to the left.
I can't.
And DayZ, man, that was the first of its kind where it was like you're in just a zombie, like you're in an apocalyptic world and you have to find stuff to survive. But that was executed so poorly.
Oh yeah.
It had so much potential, man. And then when it came to console, I was gassed for it. It was just pretty dog shit at the end of the day. Pretty woeful.
Honestly, I can't wait to have my PC built. It's just the amount of games. Like, it's like, anyone up for a survival? Yeah, let's go play whatever. Anyone up for just a random funny little, like, it's just, I can't wait for it.
So much more on it. I mean, hopefully, like I said, I want to get my room sorted before I get a PC, but get rid of this massive fuck off wardrobe.
That's what Valhalla's a bit like. It's a bit like The Forest, only third person.
Mate, that's a class game. What a class game!
The building is pretty much exactly the same as that.
Yeah,
that's
a class game. That is.
I love games like that. I think they're the best.
Yeah.
Where I think you'd like Rust. It's like exactly the same as Forest, only a more open world, and it's just there's so many good games on PC. They're my favourite games.
I think. What, I love stuff like that.
Survival open games. You can just mess about and do anything.
I'll tell you what though, The Forest. I've had The Forest for ages. I brought it when I first got my PlayStation, but I never really played it. But it's got so much. There's so much to it. Like I just thought it was like a survival where you're on this island and people come after you. These cannibals come after you. You just have to build and survive. Whereas there's actually a good storyline to it. There's so much exploration that you have to actually find the goal. There is an end to it. I never thought there was an end to it either. Whereas I actually finished it and the storyline of it, and I read it. I actually read up on it after, like the whole in depth about it, the background to it all. It's actually so well put together. Such a good game. We don't get enough of them anymore.
I just think the lifespan of games is ridiculously short at the minute. I think Fortnite. I reckon Fortnite's going to be the last game that stayed for, because Fortnite, it was pretty much 2 years at its peak.
Yeah.
Warzone, I'd say 6 months, and then now you've got like Fall Guys, 2 weeks. Among Us, that lasted longer than I thought it was, but it was still only about a month. And then
It's still not long.
this Valheim game is probably going to come and go within like a month, if that.
Cold War lasted about a fucking day for me. Like, I don't know. There's something about it. I just knew it wasn't gonna be great.
I enjoyed Nuketown, but I can have fun playing it, but to me, there's nothing that excites me about COD because it's just COD. Like when I uploaded I loaded up Cold War for the first time. I was like, okay, it's just COD. Like I'm gonna have the exact same experience that I've had 10 other times.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing new anymore. There's nothing.
Yeah, but then
I don't know.
But then at the same time, when they tried something new, everyone complains. It's like you can't. You can't win.
You can't win, can you?
Yeah.
You can't win at all in a situation like that. So it's a bit shit being a publisher for games.
Oh, honestly, it would be awful trying to please people.
Mate, Cyberpunk, fucking hell. What a fucking disaster that's been.
Yeah, but even that, like the only reason they released it is because everyone was complaining. If they'd have took
that's
the
what
time...
I mean. That's what I mean. Everyone complained. It was like, we need to... It's been delayed 6 times. Why have we not got this? It's been rumoured since 2012 or whatever it was. To like, you know what, we'll release it, make the people happy. They release it, and everyone's like, this is shit.
Why have you released a broken game? Yeah.
You've been pushing this for God knows how long. We wanted to make it right, and then you push us to release it. So it's just a lose-lose. You can't win with it.
It's not good. it's awful. But it's the same with everything, like TV shows, films, all of it. You can never please everyone. Everyone's always going to complain about it.
There's always someone that's going to complain.
It's kind of the toxic thing of Twitter now, or TikTok as well. Everyone just complains about everything, no matter what.
Yep. No matter what it is, you'll have someone complaining.
Yeah. Okay. My final topic that I have, it kind of relates to what we've been talking about with gaming, but YouTube. So.
Okay.
You've talked to me a little bit about what you want to do on YouTube, but explain to the people what your kind of ideas are.
So my ideas are right. So. It's much I love gaming. I could never see me doing what you do. Like I'd happily play the part, but the whole editing and I don't know. It's cool. I've got nothing against it. I can't see me doing it. It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. Like, but the idea really is my main interest is probably football. Like football is the main go-to. I watched a lot of other shows. There's the Kickoff. I've got a massive liking to that with like True Geordie and Lawrence McKellar and people like that on. And I'd love to do something like that. Love to have a chat like a podcast or a channel where you just talk about football, get people on to answer questions. Like Football Daily, that's another YouTube channel I've been watching for years. I'd love to be a part of something like that. Where it's just people can come on and talk about football. We can get stats up, games up, watch-alongs. It's just stuff like that, mate. Just having that present the football kind of mode is what I'd probably go for.
Yeah, sort of an unofficial presenter kind of thing. I think it's on the rise. Like,
it is definitely, mate.
There's not a lot of people doing it, and it's a rising thing in the fact that like reaction channels and stuff like that have done amazing for like since the beginning of YouTube, and it's just to a more specific audience of sport.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, I think it'll work.
It's a good idea. It's just to get the motivation to get around to doing it, mate. That's all.
Yeah, that kind of thing's it's quite hard to set up and do well.
Yeah, it's hard to set up and do well. There's a fair few people out there that do it well. To get to a standard like that's hard. Thinking of a name, shit like that. Think of a name, having like a little. You want something that's brandable, that sounds good, it fits what you want to do. Having an image for it, it's just all them things that it's just quite hard to do. And I've not been feeling the most motivated recently, so it's like keep kind of brush it off. But I probably need to do something about it. But yeah, like the whole sport, Tom.
Time. I was just saying you got time tonight.
I thought you said Tom. I was like, is he here? Hello. But yeah, the thing is, I've got the most time rounds I've ever had, so I should probably just get my arse together and sort something out. But I keep that. All I watch on YouTube now mainly is football stuff and the presenters and stuff like that. So I'd love to do it. Like the whole dream job scenario thing is like when you was younger. My main interest has always been football, but I've been shit at it. So I've never been a professional footballer because I never go down that route. So the next best thing really is doing the presenting side of it and just talking football, mate. I could chat to anyone for hours and hours about football. Like it's my main go-to in something like meet a new person. If they don't like football, I just walk away. No,
Yeah, that's-
but it's just it's a good talking point. I don't know how we're such good mates.
That's always a struggle. Right, this is a struggle for me in every, like, just anything I've ever done. I'll go somewhere, like uni, or if I've been, when I did Off Limits for the one day or something, every bloke always starts the conversation, so what team do you support? And I always just go, I don't really like football. and then those conversations just dead. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And that's it.
It's like, it's my biggest, like, I reckon I've got the most knowledge on it. I can talk about it for a while. I think it's just a lot more like now, just having a good chat about something, but it can be quite productive and everything like that. Like, I like my gaming, but I'm a lot more of like a laid back gamer. Like, there's not many moments where it's like people want to watch it, you know what I mean? Like,
I think,
apart from when I play with you lot, where normally I'm like, my go-to game is like a FIFA game or like something like that, and it's not really watchable as much. Don't get me wrong, gaming is what I do most, really, so it'd be good to have that as your job and everything, but I think the sports side is definitely more me, and if I was to do YouTube, it'd be what I'd do.
I think if you were to do anything, I know you've just said you don't want to, if it was gaming related, I think you'd fit streaming a lot more.
Yeah, exactly what I'd do.
You'd have like the interaction with the chat and everything like that, and it'd suit you a lot more.
That's another thing that you could always also implement into the whole sports side of it, like the streaming. Like Mark Goldbridge, mate, what an absolute legend he is. Like, I watched him. Do you know who Mark Goldbridge is?
Sort of, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so basically, I can remember it was about 3 years ago. I was at work on a Sunday, and I wanted to watch the United game, right? But there was, obviously, I couldn't stream anywhere. There was nowhere to watch it. So I typed on YouTube, just out of the blue, like United stream or whatever. And this channel called the United Stand, which has got Mark Goldbridge on. He's like the host of the whole thing. He does a watch along, and obviously he just watches the game. He fills you up on what's happening, and that was where I first came into it. I started watching it regularly because I used to work a lot of Sundays and Saturdays, so I could literally listen to him doing the watch along. He's quite a funny chap, and he's blown up massively recently, like huge, like. Just basically because memes of him, because he just rages and all sorts of shit. But he became a meme, but he's blown up loads. He just does stuff like, he streams a Man United career mode, but he gets loads of people involved in it, and it's just him playing it and watching, having a chat with the chat.
It's kind of,
and that's something that's appealed to me.
It's kind of like that whole thing is like the new age of radio football. So I remember when I was young, like if there was like a football game my dad wanted to watch, but like we were driving somewhere, he'd put it on the radio. It's kind of it's exactly the same concept, and
it is exactly the same, mate. It is. It's good, like especially because it was very limited at the time. It was the first time I'd ever seen like a channel do a watch along every week of a certain club that all the fans could go to and watch. It was a good idea, mate. But like I said, he's expanded out now to doing all sorts. He does like I said, the watch along on career modes and stuff. And
you kind of can. Like
I think that's the gaming approach. Like you said, you can see me doing. That's the gaming approach I'd go for. It'd just be like a stream where people can interact. I can just they can just watch me do it, but it's more of just the interaction of us talking between the chats, not watching the content. I think watch the content of yours for obviously the funny moments, the laughs, and everything like that. Whereas I think mine would be more of like just like the streaming part, like you said, mate, like the connection.
Yeah, kind of like this, like just
yeah, exactly, just a good old chat,
yeah,
and just chatting about certain topics and everything like that. But that's the approach that I should probably get my ass into gear and start. So I've actually had a few ideas for the podcast as well, mate. The football side of it, I've got a few concept ideas for certain people to bring on, two people to talk to. I think it's just the image and the branding of it's
just getting started like is the hardest thing, like just because once you upload one thing you'll be like, right, okay, on to the next one, like
yeah, exactly, mate. It's just that starting part. It is. I think it's an issue with a lot of things and a lot of people. It's just getting that first gear in, kicking it off.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Well,
so that's the idea.
We'll move on to what I ask everyone at the end, and by everyone I mean the only two people that we've had on so far. But okay, Liam Beardsall, what does success mean to you? Just in life.
In life. What does success mean to me? Success to me is being able to acquire what you want. So the assets in life, houses, cars, but also maintaining happiness as well, I'd say. Being able to own the house you eventually want, get the money that you want to buy cars and clothes and new TVs, but also maintain the happiness of having a good stable relationship, being happy with your family. Because it's alright to have wealth and money, but to be successful you need to actually enjoy it and be happy, and I reckon to have the both together is what I'd probably describe as success.
Alright, okay, thank you for coming on the Get to Know podcast. It has been a
Thank
pleasure.
you for having me, mate.
All right.
I've enjoyed it, mate. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, mate.